Good evening. Welcome to Flying in Hit. Welcome back to, or to, Flying in Space with Planet Head. Um, got a quick hint that I just tried out that one of the commenters on my recent video for scanning um, showed me, and it actually is pretty cool. So I wanted to do that real quick, and then I'll probably pause it and add on to this video a little bit later on. But I just want to get this out there. So yesterday I did a lot of scanning, and a lot of times when I'm scanning, I'm looking for the boxes and trying to remember which one did I already scan prior when I'm doing my cargo scanning, or I'm trying to pinpoint the most valuable um, boxes that might be out there. And one of the comments that came through today was, I'll just pull this up here, from Jockboy here. He actually says, and welcome aboard, I don't know if I've ever talked to you yet, but he actually says a little tip for scanning is being in a fleet with yourself, by yourself. You can tag the scanned relic and data containers to help you remember which ones are high and low value. Also, moving the data analyzers to the F1 and F2 and F3 keys um, will speed up my scanning. If anybody's watched my videos for a long period of time, I have harped on my inability to hotkey things here. I need to learn to do it. You are 100% correct. Um, Whatever you're doing, most importantly with your ships, you should at least have in this top row. If you're not going to use the F1, F2, and F3 keys, at least you've got them in a row. Now, if you notice, I'm not in an exploration ship. I don't have any scanners here or anything like that. I was just out in my exploration ship trying to find an example spot that I might be able to use this in. The idea that Jackboy brought up about tagging items, and I couldn't find a site. I actually found a relic site, but there were two other guys in the system, and one of the guys was scanning it down, so I decided I would just move on my way. And then I thought, well, maybe I can do the same thing that he's talking about, but with ships, like maybe ships that I'm focused on, or is it just items that can be tagged? I haven't flown in a fleet in probably, well, I think, I mean, I can't say I haven't flown in a fleet. I think I fleeted up with one or two people over the last 2 years, or we just got together and went and did some exploration stuff, going around. I think I did one with Syndicate and another one out near Hasatine. Um, but I haven't really fleeted up or used any of the abilities with it. So I thought, well, let's create our own fleet. Now, I actually have created a fleet. I'm hoping there it is right there. So this is my fleet here. To do so, you just come into here, your Eve menu, and you can go down to personal. I'm sorry, should be under social, and you can create a fleet and just create one. It's pretty easy. Um, I'm already in one, so it's not giving me that option, but this is basically what it looks like. Now, this is the fleet layout that you can have. You can add in different wings and things, but we're not going to worry about that. The only thing I want to use this for is the tagging that Jockboy brought up. So I'd never done it before, and I honestly didn't know what to look for. And then I thought, well, let's think simply. How would CCP program it? I bet you if I'm in a fleet, I can probably just right-click on an item and tag it. Oh shoot, guy just came back in system, of course, while I'm sitting here. So we'll see if he leaves here in a second. So actually, check out. I want to see. He was just here. I'm trying to remember. Reticle supremacy. So I have no idea. Actually, let's make sure he's not descanning us down. Okay, I'm going to pause it here until I get a clear area so I'm not just wasting time. Be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. The area is clear. So what I thought I would show you is I've got my fleet up here, and I'm going to not fly to a relic or a data site, but actually just fly to an asteroid belt and take on some of the ships that are there. This is a little bit of an update. You guys probably haven't seen Miss Amanda Rose's and her Omen in a while. She has been working on a lot of skills, um, and she's doing a lot more damage with it. I would say if you were to, in regards to not using any super special things on a ship, she's pretty good right now. She has 375 DPS. I'm sure that can be boosted up there with some rigs and things like that. She's got a little bit of room down here in the um, power grid and a lot of room in the CPU. So some stuff I can mess with here if I want to. But she's doing a nice damage, and she's got her acolytes, which she can do damage there. So I'm going to warp to belt number 2. Because I was just at belt number 1. And why would I ever want to do that? What I want to show you here is just the tagging, and it's a really, really simple, but could be very helpful for anything that you have targeted up. Personally, I can't think of anything just yet because I'm super tired, other than tagging boxes while I'm scanning things. But I'm sure there's a reason for it with having a large fleet of things. And then also maybe there's other... Sorry. Oh, this is a tough one. I got some Sanchez Loyal guys here, so they're the tougher of the frigates. So let's see how well we do. Got to be a little bit careful with them. I think if I remember correctly, they will go after your drones. So my drones are on their way. We'll pull out here. There go, Mr. Drones. Now I'm going to circle my battleship here, because it can. Oops, see, they're already going after my turn to drone bay. My acolytes there. And he's coming in. Got him back in. Good, good, good. So you guys keep working. Maybe I can hit one of these guys. Nope, my heavy guns don't work well. Let's get our armor repairer up and going. Oh, these guys have actually thrown a web of fire on me. Well, that's not nice. Okay, so not sure which one of these I said. Whoa, I need to be a little bit careful here. These guys are pinging me a little bit. Okay, one down. I am going to align. I'm just trying to show a tagging thing here. Away. Okay, they're going after my second Navy. And I should be able to send out my first guy here. Launch. Just need to be careful. I don't have these all over the place. All I'm doing right now is just trying to take out these loyal guys here. Now that I pulled him in, I'm going to launch him back out there because he's no longer targeted. And there we go. There's probably faster ways of doing this, but at least I can take out these guys. I want that plague guy. That's the one I want. Why am I not circling him? So that acolyte's still being shot at. Do I want to pull him? Oop, we got him being hit now. Once I get rid of these loyal guys, I should be fine. Need to get back into range here. Highest range is 25 kilometers. I want to show you guys the tag here, but I just want to make sure I'm keeping an eye on my acolytes because they are being targeted by him. Once he dies, and we got another one down, so let's bring you in. Just be a little bit careful. Because I did upgrade to the Navy acolytes a little while ago, just to get a little bit more of an oomph. There we go. Okay. So, engage. And we've got our range here. Let's go ahead and take out this Plague Lord. Now, what I was talking about earlier was tagging. You can tag things that you have targeted. So obviously, if I'm doing a relic or a data site, um, I can tag ones that I know I've already looked at and I know they're worthwhile. So, and I've only done this once. So, if you are in a fleet, down at the bottom here, it now gives you the option to tag it. Now, you can do a number anywhere from 0 to 9, or you can do a letter, A to Z. Now, my personal preference would be to do, honestly, the A to Z on if I was doing relic or data sites, because then I could say, okay, any A is worth a million or less. Any B is between 1 and 5 million. Never see, did I say billion on that first? I meant million. And then any C is over 5 million. You know, use that right there. Now, another option would be to just do a number, but you've got to remember you're using the same numbers all the time and letters. So, but you can do it. So I'll just show you what can happen. I'm going to send a number each. I'm going to number these last two here. So I'm going to have to close my range on them. Let's say these were two boxes that I want to decrypt. I go and I scan the first one. It tells me that it's worth 2,500 or 2.5 million ISK. So maybe I say, okay, that's going to be a tag number. Oh, are they leaving? Come on. Okay, actually, this I can still do this. What's basically happening is these guys are buggering out because I've killed all their friends, so I can't target them. That's not very nice. I wonder, and of course I got somebody at system. Let me just warp away here. While I'm getting ready to warp away, let's see if I should be able to end that. Whoops, no, he's not. Stop ship. Okay. Okay, not warping. He left system, so I'm good. So let's say these are your boxes at a relic site. What I can do is I can tag them. I can be like, okay, ooh, this one's worth 2 million, so let's tag it as 2 million. This one is worth nothing, or it's maybe some coal in it, so I can unlock it. And then this one here is a really good one. Maybe it's worth over 20 million ISK. So I can come down here and I can tag it, and I can say like 9. It's a 9 out of 10. And then over here, I can just rate them if I want to. And then I can also switch up, and maybe if I get a really strange one or something, I can throw in a letter here. If you notice here, it's got the tags on each. So now you know which ones to go to next. And it really doesn't take very much time. I was a little bit worried when I got his note that it might be involved on how you do, but really it's just setting up the fleet, letting it go, and then when you do scan down an area, you just tag the items that you want to do in the order that you want to do them in. And then once you do one, you know which one's the next one you want to go to. So really simple, great tip, really appreciate it. Ooh, why do I have my repair still going? That's why it's beeping at me. So that's that. The only other thing I wanted to show you guys tonight, because it's a little bit of a quiet night, is I did, on my latest excursion to HiSec, I did a video yesterday on it, but on my way back home I remembered something that I wanted to pick up. So I got the implants, I put those in, but then I remembered I wanted to buy some blueprints. I wanted to get a blueprint for some Amarian battle cruisers. But then I realized this is my test area with Amanda Rose. So even though I'm going on the Amar route right now, I decided I'd just pick up blueprints for all battle cruisers out there, and not blueprints, but blueprint copies. So the next ship that I'm looking to actually make when I get back from vacation is I think it's a Harbinger, because it's very similar to the Omen in my mind. I'll just pull it up here. So I've worked my way up. I started off with a Punisher, um, and actually I did a little bit of the Tormentor. Is it the Tormentor as well, because it's got one drone that you can fly. I did leave some loot out there, by the way. I know. I'll go back and get it. Then I moved on to the Coercer because it was focused on energy turret fire. The Dragoon I did make, but I didn't focus on it. It does drones, so you've got one way or the other. And then after that, the one that I've used the most of is my cruiser, the Omen. I did do a Mauler for a little while. I really liked it. The only limitation was it had 5 drones versus 8 drones. And I found I want to go back and try it out again and see if I can up its damage. It does get a 5% bonus in turret damage, and it's armor resist. So this is a nice tank. It's a beefy little sucker. But I switched over to the Omen just to try it out for the first time. And while it doesn't get the damage bonuses, it gets a damage rate of fire bonus. So I want to see what the difference was in the two. Maybe I'll build a cruiser and set it up similar and see which one does more damage. Obviously, the Mauler can take more damage, so that's important. But my next one was I want to move on to a battle cruiser, and which way do I go? Well, I could go with the Prophecy, but that's focused on drones. I've never flown one of those. And it's kind of weird because if you look at the Mauler, it's got your medium energy turret damage and then your 4% bonus to armor resistances. Over here, you've got a drone damaging guy with drone bonuses, and it gets the armor bonus. So this is your tanker with your armor bonuses. And then right next to it is your Harbinger. This actually does your medium energy turret damage, which is what I focused on. I haven't focused on my drone damage. Now, it is pretty good, but I haven't focused on that, and down the road I could. But I'm wanting to actually build a Harbinger because it gets all of these different medium turret activation costs. Now, is this the best ship ever? Probably not. I've honestly not seen a whole lot of these out there being flown around. But it is something that I want to try out. Last but not least, they've always got one of these. There's the Oracle. It is basically your glass cannon. It has the ability to fire larger guns, but it doesn't have the tank that the other ships have. So this is going to be my next step whenever I get back from vacation, I think, with Amanda, is to try out my first Amarian battlecruiser. I've never flown one before. I've flown some Minmatar. I flew the Hurricane for a little while, a long time ago. And I've flown a lot of the Galente ones. I'm not sure if I've flown the Caldari, so that might be something down the road. The kind of cool part with something like this as you go along is that as you're skilling up in things like things that help your gunnery, like sharpshooter and some of the other secondary skills, if I switch over to Caldari, those skills will already be bonused up. Now I'll still have to skill up probably in the medium turret side, but want to do that. Now, last but not least, and this is an idea, I've never flown a glass cannon. I think I built a Galante glass cannon a long time ago as a battle cruiser. To do this correctly, if you notice, all of its bonuses are your large energy turrets, whereas when you get up to your battleships, they're the ones that also get the large energy turret bonuses. Except for this one, it gets the Armageddon, it gets the drone bonuses. So the thing I look at here is, instead of going straight into a battleship, I could actually fly around the Oracle for a little while if I skill up my large energy turret next. I actually have the blueprints for all 3 of these, plus every one of the other battle cruisers that are out there. The blueprint copies, I picked those up on the way back out here. So I can start test flying these, and if I actually start skilling up into the large energy turrets, then my growth into a battleship might not be nearly as bad. Other things that I might want to look at too is maybe getting into some um, Navy issue types, but I'd have to go buy those. I like building my own stuff. But that's about it. But I hope that helps you a little bit in planning your own time out, figure out what you want to do. Um, One positive that I'm not doing this time, because I'm kind of trying to stay away from drones unless I have to do them, is if you. One negative for drones is there's a lot of other skills for drones that you have to skill up in. Number one, you've got to go all the way to level 5 of drones if you're really going to do them. And then that gives you all 5 drones, and it gives you the drone um, interfacing, which gives you those bonuses. But as you move up, you don't really have to skill into a lot of other items. You're going to be flying the same types of drones. Now there's farthest level, but you're going to be doing small, medium, and large drones, or small, medium, and heavy drones. Once you get those skilled up, you're good. So if I were to have a ship like I think it's, if I remember correctly, my Myrmidon had a really big drone bay. I think that's what I had. Then I can fly mediums and um, heavy drones. Whereas with the other ships here, I'm not really able to fly my drone ships. So it's a slow build up for damage with drone ships, but as you get higher, you don't have to keep spending those skill points to get higher, whereas I'm going to have to skill up into heavy energy weapons, things like that. So I'm not sure there's a big difference there, but it might be helpful to people. Maybe you can get to those bigger drones faster than you get to the bigger guns. So that's about all I've got. Future plans. Obviously, I've got the series that's coming up. That's going to start posting on Saturday morning. I'm kind of planning on. It's a 15 episode run. If I get some time to play on my trip, I'll do that. Tomorrow, I'm actually thinking I might show you guys where I'm going and why I won't have internet access at times. That'll be kind of fun if I have the time. That'll be my last video before I leave today is 30. Yeah, that should be my last video. Um, and there was something else. I have a lot of ideas for whenever I get back from vacation, and this off time is going to help me get those together. A lot of it has to do with having the fleet character and be able to fly in fleets again. Part of it is maybe working on creating my own home, not just relying on some stations. I want to keep where I'm at, maybe do something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure. And really get into the reporting side of things. And on my off time, I'm going to spend a lot of time watching videos, learning things. I watched a really good video today about the current battles that are going on in, I guess it would be southeast, between the Goon Swarm have been slowly getting into more and more of a fight with, I think it's Fire Coalition and some other people. Don't 100% understand it, but I can spend more time researching that. So those are goals down the road. Other than that, that's all I've got for today. It's been a long day. I'm going to play a little bit more Eve. But you guys fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however like you want. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.